Furthermore, a gigantic disclosure made via the James Webb Space Telescope. City lights apparatuses in space noticed 7 trillion miles from Earth. This enormous finding has ignited interest inside the chance of extraterrestrial ways of life. The telescope focused in on Proxima Centauri b, the nearest exoplanet to Earth, uncovering superb, splendid lights radiating from it. What can be the reason for those town lights on Proxima Centauri b? Could this in the future screen the presence of ways of life past our Sun? Device be a part of us as we dive into how the James Webb Space Telescope apparent these first-class things in space. For a fundamentally expanded time frame, investigators and everybody have guessed about presence past our near-planetary local area. Evidence suggesting ways of life has been anxiously anticipated. Actually, the scientific organization became striking over areas of strength for when living elements were seen by utilizing the James Webb Space Telescope while studying region and sending critical records back to Earth. The James Webb Space Telescope alluded to difficult-to-ignore city lighting shining from the exoplanet Proxima Centauri b. These lighting apparatuses have been exactly as their name forewarned. Lights similar to those enlightening a city. The chance of an outsider city present on the huge name has left researchers jumbled and confused, as it looks like the ways of life they have all been anticipating. Expecting that this is by all accounts genuine, as one and all accepts it move toward that there are reasonable living creatures building progress new to what individuals figure out in region, and we simply going over it, investigating the city lighting apparatuses situated 7 trillion miles from Earth. NASA creators can't help but wonder how extensive those lights have been seen in region. David Kipping, a cosmologist from Columbia College, depicts the Proxima Centauri b exoplanet in which the town lighting installations were situated as captivating. He expressed so because of the reality the hotshot framework nearest to us has changed force styles that aren't like various planets. The regular rocky planets are known to drench up sunlight and radiate infrared radiation, but not so for this exoplanet, as its infrared nature is especially elite from that of its host VIP, named Proxima Centauri. This requires a huge observational eye through the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, and the telescope ended up being beneficial as the legitimate gadget for the project. The JWST can to be sure comprehend infrared frequencies, the remarkable energy natural for Proxima b, which can be a fundamental component in revealing the laid-out privileged insights of its current circumstance. This could be executed thanks to the present period of infrared imaging capabilities advanced through the JWST. Researchers want to apply the telescope to track down the natural parts of this planet at air levels. They likewise plan to utilize the Webb telescope to research the opportunities of life on this exoplanet. The James Webb Space Telescope has an infrared awareness that is outfitted to dissect what occurs on Proxima Centauri b's KN viewpoint. Getting the littlest gentle outflows in the boundless obscurity is often quite difficult for region telescopes, but not for the JWST, as it can find even the smallest gentle discharges from region. It's the best gadget to check assuming that the surveys about city lights on Proxima b's KN perspective are substantial or not. Not every manufactured light inside the universe can be recognized by utilizing the telescope, as long as it falls within a frequency band that is often smaller than the straight. Proxima b has an invigorating courting among its divine additives and floor conditions. The day part of the exoplanet incorporates various sun chargers that tackle the blasting sun energy discharged via the VIP, even as its otherworldly area mirrors incoming light bars. In the interim, at the point when Proxima b finishes its circle around its host star, Proxima Centauri, it audits constantly cycles very much like what we have on Earth, with the daylight hours having high sun profundity and the 12 p.m. encountering coolness. The planet is ideal to have temperature variations directed through its shape. For instance, assuming there might be no climate on Proxima b, the distinction among its day and 12 p.m. cycles can be immense and some distance apart. Assuming there is no regulating impact of environmental gases and seas, the temperature of the day perspective can be sizzling hot like a dim frame, and the 12 p.m. will dive into cold haziness. The level of temperature variation is a ready concern for cosmologists to determine a more profound skill of Proxima Centauri's structure. Having an unrivaled infrared imaging capability, the JWST can to be sure notice the planet's warm outflows to offer reasonable insights about its natural homes. Obviously, the circle of the James Webb Space Telescope across the Earth aligns with Proxima b's orbital term, giving a complete perspective on its 24-hour cycles within 11.2 Earth days. Assuming it for sure has a climate, the following step could be to determine its natural innovative ability to decide if it can support ways of life. 2 or 3 quality signs in seeing whether there is presence are the presence of gases like oxygen, water vapor, and methane. If those components are found on the world, it shows that it keeps up with feasible circumstances for life. The task of definitively distinguishing this calls for analysts to be fastidious as they gather and investigate light bars that pass through the planet's environmental elements. That is a totally hard mission, but the JWST has incredible capabilities for describing planetary environments. It has an essential objective. The telescope has been programmed to best look at the varieties in water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane awareness. While it comes to identifying improved oxygen, which is a critical indication of something happening far below, the JWST is limited around there. Although the telescope, all things considered, has key motivations to look for changed components inside the worldwide, like ozone, which gives a remarkable level of significance within the air. The reality that the James Webb Space Telescope doesn't have complete abilities and can't peer at probably the closest attainable universes to Earth, leading in thorough air investigation. Space experts are now inclining towards ground fundamentally based observatories like the Very Large Telescope, ELT. The ELT is a telescope that has been intended to start working in 2028, and its far decisively spot to look more profound into the barometrical organization of remote exoplanets. It will offer information on those planets to give complete and clear bits of knowledge into their level of tenability. NASA researchers and all individuals are enthusiastically looking for the organization of future space telescopes like those. Until that element, however, the James Webb Space Telescope remains a critical device in our excursion to find the secrets of distant exoplanets. Notwithstanding its progressing limits, the NET telescope has the capacity to give monster bits of knowledge that will reform how we decipher exoplanetary concentrates on now and in the predetermination. Specialists have an objective for predetermination space telescopes, and that is to reduce how much splendid gentle coming from a planet's host megastar, so stargazers can all the more likely see the lighting pondered from an exoplanet itself. They mean to attempt this through the use of inward sunshades or enormous outside sun-powered sun conceals shaped like an umbrella, like the utilization of your hand to shut out light emissions to allow you to see a thing clear. Diminishing the staggering brilliance coming from the host genius will better position future telescopes to focus on faint impressions of gentle coming from exoplanets, taking into consideration a perfect investigation of its biological system and the chance of supporting ways of life. Doing this accompanies its own challenges. However, researchers need to comprehend gases contained life and those from land cycles like volcanic side interest. Space experts are not abandoning understanding the qualities of exoplanets so that they are better ready to at side effects of something occurring on a more profound level and recognize them from tricky signs. The JWST addresses simultaneously and dynamite opportunity. A stupendous story has arisen as of late that a few outsiders are without a doubt something uniquely great inside the stars, simply trusting that people will find them to give a response to this question. American space specialists Jill Tarter and Thomas Pearson started a mission alluded to as the Journey for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, in 1984, considered the CI affiliation. It's a magnanimous association that intends to filter through grandiose signs to obviously get radio transmissions from space. The aim behind spend significant time in radio transmissions is a consequence of their capacity to travel huge spans without getting scattered or retained like different types of radiation. On account of this image, radio transmissions are certain to be recognized through the 42 radio telescopes that make up the Allen Telescope Array, situated in the lower regions of California. Despite the fact that, as of now, the SETI affiliation not set in stone indications of radio transmissions made by extraterrestrial life, there have not been such signals for over 30 years. The fact that they will make Jill Tarter propelled have a positive result as they plan to use the gadgets of the 21st century to pick up the pace the hunt in a way that would sound natural to Jill. I want that you could permit Earthlings wherever to come to be vivacious members inside the end mission for extraterrestrial connection. All of this went on until late reports from NASA suggest that the James Webb Space Telescope found city lights from a planet close to Earth. The JWST is the game changer utilized by people in deciding the universe. It is as of now the most exceptional apparatus in all of humanity to uncover every one of the secrets of the universe. The telescope is as of now drifting around 1 million miles from Earth, sending precise bits of knowledge concerning the earliest occurrences of the universe. It's far expected to get the recently diffused experiences seeing space as it conveys more on the advancement of room worlds, planets, and stars. Cosmologists haven't neglected to benefit from the JWST's frontline enhancements, including its remarkable advanced camera component and filters to hit upon and dissect the sensitive tones surrounding super gadgets. Specialists are anxious to utilize the telescope to gather data about the genuine homes and synthetic compositions of divine bodies found some distance away inside the universe. This became done through separating specific frequencies of light. Beyond noticing, the Webb telescope continually examines the environment of exoplanets for faint clues of presence, independent of how small. It has an incredible ability to explore the presence of life and has found some of the most intriguing discoveries of all time, along with the discovery of something else in mass than what changed into recently accepted to have existed inside the universe. This mass has been still up in the air in various large designs, causing some qualms about the early setup and expansiveness of the universe. Humankind has in view that chose to find the farthest limits of the tremendous plane utilizing the JWST as an imperative instrument for accomplishing this. Through the telescope, new information on far-off cosmic systems will be recorded, and more significant astrophysical data will be accessible, prepared to address the secrets of those planets. Quite a while back, the huge space beyond our planetary gadget wasn't investigated. From that point forward, cosmologists have examined more than 4,000 exoplanets that circle remote stars, showing precisely how far human creativity can go. Still, those disclosures are seen by NASA as scratching the surface of the infinite chunk of ice. Researchers accept as true that there are trillions of exoplanets dissipated all through the universe that haven't been found. Not surrendering over the long run, researchers are as yet investigating space with basically a couple of any expectations of finding outsider conditions where individuals haven't wandered. They've had promising signs all through this task. For instance, while Galileo bounced on a transport going to Jupiter, its spectroscopic gadget unintentionally uncovered a thrilling ghastly mark that loaned confidence to extraterrestrial blossoms. This turned into the first time researchers tracked down a profile that demonstrated the presence of life in the universe. This biomarker was the greenery redside VRE, which looks for extraterrestrial life explicitly by means of cautiously observing how it reflects light. With the assistance of the VRE, the James Webb Space Telescope is expected to show the insider facts of extraterrestrial conditions through the cautious assessment of orbital imperatives of presumably livable planets abiding inside the reasonable zones of their outsider parent stars. Once those are distinguished, the V can offer valuable confirmation in the search for intelligent living substances outside Earth, starting another excursion in uncovering the secrets of the universe. At the point when sunlight passes through the environmental layers, the dispersed light, which conveys with its special frequencies, gets ingested by means of the trash and particles still up in the air in those layers. As the retention proceeds, a particular ghastly test related to explicit fingerprints is formed that might be interpreted through spectroscopic assessment. It's a typical discernment that once light from stars comes to a planet, the JWST will want to comprehend it as it enters the planet's environment. This information suggests that the JWST could be the missing connection to uncovering the natural structure of those Earth-sized planets and planets that remember climates rich for carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen. Such planets should possibly conduct ways of life. However, the deficiency of interesting mixtures might need to highlight alternative kinds of presence and business enhancements. For example, chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, man-made synthetics utilized for refrigeration and other modern purposes, could help researchers in demonstrating the presence of extraterrestrial development. If the JWST identifies such engineered garbage inside the climate of exoplanets, it will probably be spotless evidence of extraterrestrial interest beyond our planetary establishment. This opens up another window for broad scientists to take a gander at the ecological organization of different universes and the slim chance of outsider human advancements past Earth. The chance of life far from Earth is depicted by utilizing a Goliath cluster of potential outcomes that go beyond the limitations of common view.